Okay.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tony Reed. I'm the co-founder and executive director of the National Black Marathoners Association. I'd like to introduce our board members and other co-founder. We have Gillis Bowden, who's a board member. And other co-founder, Charlotte Simmons. I'd like to thank all of you for coming out, and just want to give you a little bit of history about the National Black Marathoners Association. We started in December of 2004, so this is our 20-year anniversary. And we have seen a lot of changes over those 20 years. Our original mission was to gather once a year at a particular location somewhere in the U.S. and bring as many runners together as we can to congregate, talk, share stories, and basically just get to know one another. Our second mission was to offer college scholarships. So we've offered over $50,000 in college scholarships to deserving high school students. Now, something happened in 2012, which kind of had us changing our direction somewhat. In 2012, Andy Burford, who was the senior editor of Runner's World magazine, sent me an email. He was trying to find this lady named Marilyn Bevins. How many of you have ever heard of Marilyn Bevins? A show of hands. Okay, so in 2012, he sends me this email saying, we're trying to find this, we're trying to find Marilyn Bevins, and I thought that she would be in your database. So I go through my database of runners and didn't see anyone there named Marilyn Bevins. So I started searching around on the internet and found out that Marilyn Bevins had placed second in the 1977 Boston Marathon and second in the 1977 Chicago Marathon. And I found myself literally thinking, why is he asking me about whether or not this white lady is in the National Black Marathoners Association? Now, we've always been open to everyone, but I was just real curious about what's going on. So I did even more digging, found out she was in Baltimore, Maryland. Then I saw a television interview of her and was shocked to find out she was African American. And I remember still during the board meeting that we had a conference call, I was talking with the board members, hey, have you ever heard of this lady? Started telling them about her, and one of them said, have you heard of this guy named Ted Corbett? And I said, well, I remember reading about, a Ted Corbett in books, but I never saw a picture of him. Then they said that he was black. I said, no. So we ended up having this call about African American business runners who may have done important things, but we just didn't know anything about them. So that year, we decided we were going to start the National Black Distance Running Hall of Fame as a way of bringing attention to African American distance runners. And Marilyn Bevins and Ted Corbett, by the way, were the first two individuals that we inducted that particular year. And we also decided that we wanted to take that opportunity to also recognize the accomplishments of our members. So, by the way, even though we have the word marathon in our name, we've been open to runners of all distances and all different capabilities, whether you are walking a 1 mile to all the way to walking 100 miles. We basically embrace everyone. So we started this, and we started giving out awards for people for doing things such as running or finishing 50 marathons, 50 half marathons, 7 continents, the World Marathon Majors, just a lot of different awards. And one of the things that we realized, as soon as we started giving awards for these different categories, these individuals became role models for other people to go ahead and pursue those particular goals. So we want to continue that tradition, and like I said, today we're going to be having our National Black Distance Running Hall of Fame induction. So we're going to start with the Achievement Awards. So if you were to be receiving an Achievement Award, would you mind lining up over here on this side of the stage? We have several people I know that.
So greetings, sorry I don't know if you can see me. I'm the other Tony on the board, and we welcome you again to this event. We just want to honor the sacrifices on the stage, the investment in time and resources, and in particular acknowledge the family members who have supported them through their running journey. So I want to give a round of applause not just to our runners, but to the families, to the to first acknowledge our World Marathon Major awardees. Can you raise your hand if you are receiving this award? I would like to just invite you just to say your name and where you're from so that you can acknowledge, you can be appropriately acknowledged. Who wants to go first? What's your moment?
Hi everybody, my name is Erica Sanders Hurst, aka E-Boogie, and I was getting the award for finishing the World Majors. Thank you.
Repeat. Hi, my name is Marbella, and I'm also receiving the World Majors. I just finished up in Tokyo 2 weeks ago.
Saria Jackson, Lisa Davis. This is my cousin. This is my cousin. We finished the World Majors with Tokyo in 2023. Got everyone?
So Gillis will do the honors of handing out your awards. And again, congratulations. I mean, that's a heroic feat. For those who are unaware of the World Marathon Majors, it started with 5 marathons, and then a 6th was added with Tokyo. These are runners who are in New York, Berlin, London, Tokyo, Boston. My memory shakes. I did this years ago, and Chicago. Those are a lot of places to travel to run a marathon. So again, congratulations. I'm gonna make sure we've got everyone. Let's give our World Marathon Major awardees So our next awardee has done 50 states half marathons. That's exhausting. 50 states. Kathy Miles? we will see if Kathy joins us a little later and we can bring her on stage to honor her. But 50 states half marathon finisher for Kathy Miles. This one I need to just took my breath away to look at. 600, I'll say that again, 600-time marathon finisher. Evelyn Smith. We'd like to just hear a little bit more about the 600. Well, I do like to tell people that there's memories behind it. I had planned to finish my 600 during Labor Day weekend, doing a 100K in Wisconsin, but a couple of months before that, I pulled my right hip muscle. And my doctor, after finding out that I had just done 6 marathons in 6 days, told me not to do anything for 2 weeks, at least. And so I asked her, I said, can I bike? She said, did you hear me? Nothing. So it took me a while. I did not finish in Wisconsin. It was going to be 150K. And I did do the 50K that Labor Day weekend, but it wasn't 100K, and it took me over 12 hours, but I was going back. And so 3 weeks later, I always say it was Plan B. I finished it in Quad Cities in Chicago, in Illinois. So back to my hometown, my home state.
Alfred, would you mind coming to the stage? By the way, there's a section of the program that I completely forgot that as soon as it's over, we're going to go through that. So Alfred is the first African American to run marathons in all 50 states. And we wanted him to present the awards for the 50 state finishers. So, first one is Anderson. She's okay. Then Erica. Ronald Clay. Not to be outdone, but Evelyn Smith has done this 4 times now. 50 states, 600 marathons, and complete marathons in 50 states. This is her 4th time. Wow. Okay, if you have all of your awards, you can feel free to leave the stage. Should be left with.
I can tell.
Okay, so these next awards are for individuals finishing marathons on all 7 continents. And the reason I'm giving them their awards, I'm the first Black in the world to run marathons on all 7 continents. years ago, I learned about something called the marathon hat trick, which consists of running at least 100 marathons on all 7 continents, and marathons in all 50 states. There were about 60 people in the world who had accomplished that feat. Now, 4 of them are African American. 3 of them are on stage. I was the second person to do it. Lisa was the third. This is the newest member of the Hat Trick Club. So with that, we have several awards. Ron for 100 marathons. For the 7 continents. So, and again, this is one of those things where you get a lot of frequent flyer miles. So thank you. Welcome to the show. So now we are left with Lisa Davis. And so with Lisa, when she finished the Tokyo Marathon, which was her last of the world majors, and this also happened to be her 200th marathon. She's also getting awards for being a 3-time Boston Marathon finisher, and for being a World Marathon Majors finisher. So there's one part of the program that I completely forgot, and that is a welcome from the RRCA. So George is going to use his outdoor voice. He is the president of the Road Runners Club of America. For some reason, he intentionally hurt his ankle so he would not have to walk up on stage.
Thanks, Tony. I'm going to use my teacher voice. I'm a teacher. So Road Runners Club of America, RRCA, we're a national nonprofit organization promoting long-distance running. You can find us at rrca.org. I'm with also Simona Deere, the state representative here in Eastern California, and her assistant. So I want to say welcome to Oakland, California from out of town, the home of our vice president, and also longest-serving House of Representative member Barbara Lee as well. And I want to say thank you to Run Local for supporting National Black Marathoners Association for coming here. They're right down here, so thank you. And so a few years ago, I talked to Tony, and I said, hey, I'd love to have you come out to Oakland, doing the Oakland Marathon. I've run this race every year. I'm sailing tomorrow just to 5K though. And because of the history here in Oakland, the Black Panthers, Angela Davis, and so forth, I started my teaching here, as well as a vibrant culture. So I would say thank you for coming to Oakland, and so forth. And so we're here to recognize 20 years of the National Black Marathoners Association. So I want to have Honoree and Sean Simmons come up here. We got something for you on behalf of the RRCA. So in May of 2020, we all know the word. I just became president of RRCA, and the news of the murder of Ahmaud Arbery came out, and I reached as president. I knew, running has a view of being a white sport, and our organization was predominantly white, and I reached out to Tony. He didn't have to, but he shared his stories. It was gut-wrenching. I knew, it confirmed, and he, and along with other people, say, we need to do something, and on behalf of CA, we changed a lot of things, and now we are striving to empower everybody to run. And so, here for the National Black Marathon Association, following them for many years. It's a safe place. You have shared experiences. And I'm going to tell you, keep showing up. Because you belong in this sport. Okay, keep showing up. So, I got these 2 awards for the founders. And so, one for you, Tony. One for you, Charlotte. And celebrating 20 years of supporting and inspiring Black American runners. So, thank you so much for being here. All right, thanks a lot, and we're honored to have the, ignorable showing of this documentary. And if you haven't seen the other one, for 3 hours, you got to check it out. So, thank you, National Black Marathon Association, for supporting for 60 years. Thank you, everybody.
Well, hello everyone, and thank you so much, George. We appreciate it. And we'll never forget your commitment to the running community and to National Black Marathoners. So what George did when we were in, remember you flew in Memphis, he had 0 sleep. He had literally committed to work our group, and he showed up and was running the marathon the next day because he wanted to make sure he volunteered with us. And I had to make him go to his room and get some sleep. So thank you for always supporting us. Thanks to each and every one of you for being here. The National Black Marathoners Executive Board is honored to extend a heartfelt welcome to our esteemed previous Hall of Fame inductees. Their unwavering support to the National Black Marathoners Association, along with their significant influence within the distance running community, continues to ignite a spirit of excellence and self-determination among all runners and regulars. As your name is called, please rise and remain standing until all names have been announced. Individual inductees in the Hall of Fame are Lisa Felder from Oakland, Jackson from Oakland. We also have team inductees. If you are a member of any of these clubs, please stand. Team Marathon, Warren Elsey, Rainbow Runners, South Fulton Running Partners, which is my home running club, and Avondale Running Club. Thank you all for your years of service and commitment to not only National Black Marathoners, but for being role models in the running community.
I just wanted to circle back to some award winners who joined us a little late, but we wanted to make sure you were honored and recognized for your achievements. Will y'all come on up, please? So Kathy, we're going to start with Kathy. Kathy finished a half marathon in all 50 states.
Thank you all so much. This is truly a feat, even for the healthy athlete, but I want to encourage anyone who may have any injuries, any setbacks. Life can get in the way when you have goals such as this. So you may not make a race that you planned for, you may not finish in the time that you planned for, but keep getting back up. Let your comeback outnumber your setbacks, and you still will be a winner.
And we have Myrna Anderson, another 56 American.
Hi. It's a few ladies in here have been inspirational to me, and one of them is Lisa. And Marvea has been here for me, and so has Kathy, and some of those days were pretty hard. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other, you'll be okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the end of our program, I've got to do a shout out to my Atlanta crew. So we got Marvea in the house, we got her award. Ronnie in the house, we got his award. And Ronnie is that guy, if I ever say I need to do a long run, he's going to be there, but he's going to step you up. So I called him once and I was like, hey, Ronnie, I need to do a 20-miler. He says, I'm going to Birmingham to do an ultra. Can you be at my house at like 2 a.m.? If you can do a 20-mile, you can do a trail ultra. And we did that, and then he did the same thing with Peachtree City, where he introduced me to ultramarathoning. And if you don't ultramarathon, they got the best food ever. Tons of food, of course. But for this board, I'd like to thank them. I'd like to thank Tony for being a visionary. It's really hard to believe that, like George said, this is 20 years. 20 years. Without our board members. We do this because of love. We don't get paid. We had to think about, how are we going to get that plane ticket to Oakland, but we were going to support George in Oakland. And on our board, I remember when we met Antoinette, and Tony was like, she would be a great board member because of her skill set, her running community, her commitment to being a volunteer. And we asked her to join our board, and she did graciously. And she has served us like we were paying her a six-figure salary. She's not only a runner, she's not only a finisher with 50 states, 7 continents, she's also a snowboarder, she's a mother to these 2 little ones here. She can do anything, but I will tell you this, when it comes to doing the work for National Black Marathoners, she's always there. She shows up and she delivers. And tonight, Antoinette, a surprise to her, we would like to induct you.
My husband and my 2 little girls, who are my inspiration these days. And I grew up about 45 minutes from here in a little town called Stockton, California, and I come from a family of runners. My grandfather's a runner, and he's in the Stockton Hall of Fame. You go into the arena, you'll see my granddaddy's name. My father ran, and unfortunately, because of the Vietnam War, did not get to fulfill his Olympic dreams. And then I come along. And have this legacy that I feel like I have to some big shoes to fill when I was a girl too. And so just hearing about, being one of the few people of color running distances, and I got identified pretty early as a distance runner. And it was my ticket to a life I didn't realize existed. Left that little town and moved to New York City on a Division I track scholarship. And put me on a path I could have never imagined. Running funded law school, running funded grad school, put me in spaces and with people that opened my mind to what was possible. And I want to thank this amazing group of people who are truly servant leaders, who truly just want to sow these seeds so that this generation here gets to experience this in a different way. Their kids get to experience this in a different way. And it's nothing like what my grandfather or my father experienced. As Charlotte mentioned, I'm a snowboarder. I do slalom snowboard racing. We actually just drove here from Tahoe, from being on the mountain for a week. I'm the founder of the Soul Boarders, which is a black snowboarding club that's based out of Manhattan with the National Brotherhood of Snow Sports. And so I see a lot of crossover. I got into this because of a snowboarder who was a marathoner and who said, how about you go run this marathon with me? And the snow's melting, let's go run a marathon. So I did and qualified for Boston on my first marathon, and it put me on this trajectory. And he put his book in my hand, and I read it almost that entire night. And you inspired me to figure out what was possible and to stretch myself in ways I never imagined. So I just want to say thank you to this board for letting me serve with you. Thank you to all of you all for showing up. I see my Coro people back here, so we go. Thank you for showing up. And thank you, Chad and Sierra and Michaela, for being on this journey with me. I'm excited to see what you all do in the sport.